Today, I'm gonna show you how to build a Leonardo da Vinci workshop. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. You know that recently I've been playing around a little bit with Lego sets. For example, recently I shrink down the Lego yellow truck, yellow delivery truck, in order to build a bigger Lego brand store. I also been using set to fuel other projects. For example, my space cantina, in which I display all my space minifigure, I use a lot of parts from an avatar set. And a similar thing I did with my medieval tavern for the D&D minifigure, in which I use a lot of parts from a Harry Potter trunk set. So here, today, I have this beautiful set, a recent set, the Leonardo da Vinci Flying Machine. It's a very interesting set, even though the building experience is a little bit different, I would say, from other Lego sets. It's very, very fun to play with it. It's a set that I recommend. It's a small one. There's only a couple of little imperfection that I notice when playing around with this. All these strings are pulling for the functions, and this part on the front on the left tend to open a little bit outside of the axle. And also a problem is that you use sometimes these blacks tend to build the set, and if you push a little bit too hard on top of the set, then the base split a little bit at the bottom. So other than this couple imperfection, the set is pretty nice and fun to play. Here I have this Harry Potter set. This is set 76402. It's one of those modular kind of Hogwarts set that I have in my collection ready to use for parts, and I think this is the project that I can use this for. So what I'm gonna do is show you the set first. Anyway, I build it. It's nice little modular set. You can open up the side. All the different floors come out, all the pieces, so you can change it and connect to other modular sets in this part of this Harry Potter theme. Is a pretty fun set for kids, of course, not much for adults, but it's pretty interesting and the parts are pretty good. So what I decided to do is to start to do my own modification and try to build a workshop built around the flying machine. Let's see if the plan work out. Spoiler alert, it didn't work out as well as I expected. So here is the first level of this workshop. Not much modification in these two areas. So for example, this module you can see is pretty much the same. I only extended a little bit here at the front. Notice please that here is not just all parts for the set, but I also use my own part to size this up a little bit. I switch up the back of the seat over there. For the rest, this module is pretty much the same. Over on this side, I preserve this function with the books that can be pushed out. I mean, not because I need it, but because it's just a fun addition, I think. I did a little bit of modification over here, so I'm using these fence pieces as a decoration. Here's a sort of small windows on top. And here I added one of the two tables here with a sticker with a sort of, I would say maybe a moon map or something of that sort. This central area is made with a lot of my own parts. You can still find some of the parts from the set. For example, these sort of base that you use on some of the upper levels. I use it here as a sort of window. I added a fire here, a torch over here, and then some plants on the other side. The other side is not much detail. Of course, these two parts are nice because these are how, more or less, with some kind of modification, how they look in the set. This side is pretty much ugly because this is where I use my own parts. So I didn't want to spend much time for the exterior part of the building that is never going to be seen. I just added some plants to cover it up. So here is where I use most of my parts to create this staircase to access the upper level. I probably built it too big. I should have built it a little bit smaller. Over here, probably this is a space that, if this was an official set, could have been used to add some additional detail, decoration, or maybe a hidden compartment. And then I build a sort of curved stairway coming up here with this start not on top technique. Very basic, very straightforward. This is going to connect over here and will allow me to access to the upper level. Here I added a few pieces just to make sure that we have a space for the minifigure to walk around it. But we will see later on in the video that this solution didn't work out as well as I hoped. You can see also some sand green on top because I tried to take a little bit from my parts, but I don't have much sand green. Some little details to create a sort of roof kind of thing. Over here on this side is where I use quite a lot of parts from the set. I had to create my own columns with the parts that I have available. You can see that this is modular, so this I can put it in, take it out easily. So over here, I need to add, sorry, I forget one part. Maybe I should show you that one first. Here I have an extension that come again from the set. Not much modification. There is this sort of fountain there at the back. And here I added some painting supplies because Leonardo is also a painter, not just an inventor. So here I'm gonna just tile it up so I have a stronger connection. And over here I also have one of these. Now this came off, so I need to push it back in. This is the kind of thing that always happen when I'm on camera. There we go. Now going back to this part over here. This is gonna connect over here on top, and this is gonna be sort of the bedroom of Leonardo in his studio. So I created a bed over there. I added a table. This one is loose over there. I have another printed Harry Potter tile over here to give a little bit of decoration. And I'm using still this very nice window here on the back side. You can see a little bit of decoration here on top. It looks very weird, especially if you look it from the front side. It's not a proper finish roof, but I try to do what I can to make this kind of cohesive, even though I don't have the right parts in my inventory. Over here, I have a sort of balcony area in which I'm using again one of these sort of grilled piece. Most of these come again from the set, especially this nice cone dome going up here on top. I added this telescope that come, I think, from the Galileo Galilei set, and I added a little bird over there that made a nest into this little nook. Now, on the other side is where I had to use a little bit more of my parts, and here you can see I don't have access. So I added a small ladder to go up, and this is gonna be a sort of storage area for Leonardo. So here again, the base is mostly from the set. I added a few wedge plates, and here I have this sort of roof. You can see here I was totally out of any kind of sloping sand green. So what I did is just using some random sand green parts to create this sort of roof that then I angle with some inch brick and added a little detail to hold it up. Now, because this is very low and there's no window, it's making this part very, very dark. But I use also this place to put all those little items that were in the set, like the hat over there, for example, but it wouldn't fit the Leonardo da Vinci team, so I just throw it in there. I also added this world map. I added a couple of books and bones and whatever you may find. You can see also the frog over there, the brown frog that I think was already in this set. So this is gonna connect here. Again, this is modular like the rest, and then I can just bring these stairs down. So you can see that over here, Leonardo has the access area to both sides. It's very cramped. Probably I should have bring this a little bit back and make these steps a little bit shorter. But I think my idea until now was not bad. Now for the tricky part is I need to put the flying machine here in the center of the workshop. But the flying machine is quite big compared to this like figure scale kind of thing. And I also thought because maybe I can add a floor that follow this kind of color scheme, but I don't want to use a huge amount of my parts inventory just to tile up a floor. So here what I did is I took one 10 base plate. There we go. So this is what I bring in, and I'm just gonna slide this on top. So imagine I have a little bit of shelf area, display area, where to put this one. Now let's move this to the side a little bit. First thing you can notice that the base cannot connect. Now, because I use all those angle plates over there, it messed up all the alignment of the studs. So I cannot connect this one. So maybe this is a lesson for the future. Next time I want to do something like this, maybe I should start from a bigger base. Of course, here my idea was just to build this and then put the set in the middle, but then I realized it didn't look so nice, so I added this afterwards. But maybe next time, maybe I should try first and then build it from the base plate so I can make sure that the alignment work. I can put maybe some tile underneath and make sure that everything can connect nicely to the base plate. Now you can see here I have already a little bit of a random path. You can see here Leonardo da Vinci. I could have swapped him with Dumbledore here. They practically are almost the same minifigure, and they both would work as both the characters. But anyway, I have a couple of the parts from the set loose because it's too big. So I have to remove the wings completely. And you can see here most of the structure I keep it the same because I still want to display this later on in my collection. And I place it in the middle, and you can see it's quite massive compared to the rest of the building area. Maybe I should have kept like this and just build my own scaled down version of this that is a little bit more in scale with the rest of the build. Here anyway we say we have Leonardo. I build one simple stair ladder so that he can access different point of his machine. This one is actually the Van Gogh painting, the Starry Night. I put it this way because I wanted to have a painting area for Leonardo, but I don't have this white empty tire, so I just put it like this. Anyway, we cannot see that it's not a Leonardo da Vinci painting over there. And I decided to add it also, this is the one that goes at the tail. I decided to add this one also as an additional little decoration, and this is the finished result. So we learn a lot from this. So for sure I will have to work a little bit better that area so that it can connect everything on this base plate. I should probably don't display this together, but I should scale it down with my own parts and create something smaller in order to create a Leonardo da Vinci display. Anyway, my experimentation with Lego set continues, and this was a success in a way. This is the only parts left that I haven't used from the original Harry Potter set. And of course, I have the two wings of this that then I'm not using. So 2 Lego sets here has been almost completely fully used with the additional of few of my parts. Not that many I have to say other than this, all this central area, a little bit of this wall, and a little bit over here. Not much else has been added from my own parts inventory. One of the challenges that I have in mind for the future will be the one to not use any of my parts. So maybe I will take one regular Lego set and try to make it a sort of 3-in-1 set. So create a couple of additional versions of an official Lego set with a team that is not 3-in-1. So stay tuned because maybe in a few weeks that will be another one of my projects. If you want to support the channel, you can also check out my membership program where they can see also a little bit of behind the scene, more about this project, including a little bit of my point of view on the building process of this flying machine that was a little bit different compared to the building process that you have in a regular Lego set. For example, for this one, we build the stand first and the minifigure last. It was a little bit different. That's because you put the set on top of the stand while building, because there's a little bit of underneath connection to do as well. Anyway, you can also consider to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel, or watch one of my other videos. In particular, if you like set modification, I recommend you to go and check out this video with my yellow delivery truck and the Lego brand store. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Ciao, ciao.